Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we proudly present our spectacular show of podcast magic and imagination full of Disney wonder, news, and pop culture. It's the Main Street Electrical Podcast with Jenn Dave and David Dollar.
Hey, Jen!
Hey!
It's the Main Street Electrical Podcast. Episode number 59 here at the Main Street Electrical Podcast as we are zooming through the summer.
Yes,
we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about beating the heat because we need to talk about how hot it is right now because it is hot outside.
It is hot. Like, I'm in Pittsburgh and it's hot.
There's a picture of our beloved Sarah Kramer, who is they're headed down to Disney World as we speak. They're on a plane. She took a picture of the family and she's in a Spirit jersey, and I'm like. And I get it, she's from New York, and maybe it's always cold in New York.
But listen, airplanes are cold,
I get that. But I'm just imagining her walking off that airplane into that jetway.
Sweltering.
It's so humid and sweltering. It's like, oh, like I'm just, no, I can't. She's going to be miserable for her. I hope she has a shirt to change into when she gets to the
or maybe
airport.
she has this t-shirt on underneath. I'm telling you what, though, like,
yeah.
it's like 92 in Pittsburgh and humid as crap.
Yeah, it's been 95, 96 around. Of course, yesterday, my kid and I went to the Splash Adventure water park. We toured around for 4 or 5 hours, which was great. We both got sunburned. His first real sunburn. I was proud. Stephanie was like, "Why'd you let him sunburn?" I'm like, "This is your fault. You didn't put sunscreen on him. That's not my job. It's your job." She was not happy with that comment, but he's fine.
Shocker.
Little pink faced, and he'll just, and I got a little sunburn on the back here, but otherwise we're good. We're good. Jen, how'd you Disney this week?
Well, I Disneyed this week by beginning to pack for my Disney trip this week, so I figure I actually win for Disneying.
Yes, you do. You do.
So,
I mean, my Disney was it's just dining. That's all it is. Just doing dining for clients, just helping people out with their dining. No. So for people, this is something fun too. I don't know that people understand who've never done dining for Disney. It is an intense 5 minutes.
It is an intense.
It is like if I knew how to do video itself, I would make this video for people doing
dining.
Listen,
I could show you. I know how to do video
because I imagine in the background like the opening opening riffs to Lose Yourself by Eminem. Like fingers on the mouse. I mean, you're staring at the screen, maybe 2 screens. You got sweat going down. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Your sweat's going down. Your notes are in front of you. Got to get Chef Mickey. Send her to the whole table. They want to be our guest. I got a princess who really wants to meet the princesses. Blah blah blah. And so you're all looking on down, and at 5 o'clock hits. You hit refresh. You go, and it's just do.
6 a.m. if you're Eastern time.
6 a.m. Or 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. if you're in California.
5:45 now.
I've heard that sometimes,
but not always.
I'm getting up at 4:30 in the morning now, checking at like 4:35.
Because you don't know.
Because I have no idea, and so you're trying to race around and get things. You're like, okay, what's most important? And you start negotiating with yourself. Okay, I got to get Be Our Guest. I might miss Chef Mickey, but if I can get Be Our Guest and CRT, like Meatloaf says, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Let me do that.
No, but then you're also like strategically placing them in the calendar. Okay, yes. I know if I do this one this day, I'll be fine to get this one this day.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I will tell you what does help is the park pass reservations helps. Because now you know you have to go to Magic Kingdom on Tuesday. You have to go to Animal Kingdom on Thursday.
Right.
So it's not like, okay, well, like in the old days, I didn't get Be Our Guest on Thursday. Let me try Tuesday. Oh, got it on Tuesday.
Exactly. I have like 2 and 3 options.
Exactly. Okay, well, now I have Hollywood and Vine on that day, but now I got to move that to Friday. Now you have to get it on certain days, which I guess, I don't know if that's one of the good things about park pass reservations, maybe one of the bad things. I don't know, but it is like a lose yourself kind of thing. And finally, after it's over, which I did this week because I got dining, I got CRT.
It's like the sweaty palms, like 2 minutes before it starts, you're like,
yes, I got
I can do this.
Royal Table and the Be Our Guest and the Chef Mickey and the Hollywood and Vine all in one 4-day block, just right after the other. And
but no Topolinos?
No Topolinos. Well, they didn't. That was kind of their backup. That was kind of their way on backup.
Okay.
And so that was the last thing I went after. By then it was gone. And we're talking, 5:02. Everything was gone. Dining is intense. It really is. And it's not as like we wake up at 7 or 8 in the morning and roll out of bed, get ready and get dressed and showered. 9:30 we stroll to the computer. Let me do some dining. No. Us and about, 10,000 of our fellow travel agents across the country and the world are doing the same kind of dining on the same day, along with every other guest who is silly enough to not call us for help.
Right.
And so, it's pretty intense. It can be intense. So your guests are going to Walt Disney World tomorrow for the 4th of July and for the opening, for the July 1st fireworks.
The July 1st fireworks. Yeah.
Where are you going to go? Where are you going to stand? Where are you going to sit? Now,
am I going to stand or am I going to sit?
I mean, where are you going to go? I mean, like, do you have a particular place you're going to try to like camp out?
Well, yeah, there.
As soon as the park opens, you're going to start camping out.
Yes, exactly. No, fortunately, I am down there for a fireworks event. I am very honored to have been asked to attend this event. So on the 1st, I will be at Epcot attending the Epcot Forever, and that will be in Italy. Do you know where that little bump out is where they do the private party? Yeah, so we're going to be at a little dessert party there. And then the following day, the 2nd, I will be at Magic Kingdom for Wishes at Tomorrowland Terrace.
Now, how are you going to handle your eye makeup? Because I know you'll be crying. So are you going to kind of have tissues and wipes and everything? Or are you just going to kind of go light on it just in case?
Waterproof, waterproof mascara.
That's a big deal.
So we're good. Yeah. I won't look like a raccoon.
Because you will be crying. You will be bawling.
Oh, I will. Because I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's back.
I know. I can't. I have yet to see Epcot Forever. I would have seen it last year, like twice.
Oh yeah,
and I didn't get to see it, and so I'm so excited.
I mean, I think that Epcot Forever is cute. I mean, it's not the stunning spectacular that Illuminations was, or that
Harmonious is going to be.
Yeah, Harmonious. Thank you. I was like,
with the big globe and the arms moving around.
Yeah, it's not going to be that, but it is nostalgic. I love the music because it's got, it goes back to the olden days of Epcot. So it's a good
stand-in, I guess. It's
a nice stand-in
show.
Yeah, and that's what it's meant to be. It's not meant to be like some. Yeah.
Speaking of that, let's get to some news. First up, a couple of reopenings, quote-unquote reopenings. The Hunny wall at the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh is now reopened. It's this weird wall where it's a digital screen, and you walk up and can move your hands on it, and the honey that's on the wall will smear away, and behind it will be scenes from Winnie the Pooh or whatever.
Or like characters.
You move your hands really fast and try to move honey around to see characters and such, and it's kind of somebody on Facebook responded to a post that I put up about it, and they were like, that's going to be ground central for how well this vaccination thing works, because I mean they would have to clean this thing every 4 minutes in order to keep it clean, because kids are like all over the place and putting their faces.
But let me give you a tip. You don't actually have to touch it.
You don't.
If you hover, like it will work.
Yeah.
Because I've been a germ person like from way back, and I'm like, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, well, I've done it, and I'm not really a germaphobe. I did middle school in church and stuff, and so germs don't bother me that much. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really touch that wall very much. It's kind of icky. You can see smudges and smears and fingerprints and dirty fingers.
Kids who are just picking their nose.
But you know what? That is an immune system builder right there. If you need an immune system heist, right there, go put your face on that wall, and you're good for everything from coronavirus to syphilis for the next 10 years.
Forever.
I am not a doctor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Don't take my suggestions.
He just plays one on a podcast.
Exactly. Also, the Kugel fountain is open in Tomorrowland, which, by the way, I didn't know what that was until a couple of days ago. That is the water ball, the big ball. In the
I had no idea that's what it was called.
It's called a Kugel fountain, and you can spin it, and the ball spins, and a little layer of water kind of keeps it afloat and everything. It's kind of a fun little thing.
It's cool.
Quote unquote futuristic kind of thing. The cool scanner, which you can see behind me here on my background, that is also open at Epcot. It's a misty kind of thing, and you kind of walk in, and it's nice for about 5 seconds, and then you kind of get that little misty, filmy wetness on you, and you're like, and then you walk out, then the humidity hits you, and it's like, I shouldn't have done that. Now I feel disgusting. And but otherwise, it's fun. So all that.
But it cools you off for about 5 seconds.
It does. Cools you off for about 5 seconds. Reopenings, the Polynesian opening on the 19th of July. We are now taking bookings for that for the 19th opening. Monorail station not opening, however.
No.
Not be available at this very moment.
I don't think that surprises me based on the level of construction I saw last time I was down there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're just doing a complete overhaul of that monorail track and system. I mean, I don't know.
Well, not the whole track, because the track still works. You still go by it, but
like
that whole the whole station. Though.
The building stuff. I don't know what they are gonna do to it, or I mean, I don't know what other than just rebuilding it, I guess, to refurbish it.
Well, I mean, it is fully wooden. Do you know what I mean? Like that is
that is true.
Unlike, I mean, contemporary, it's inside.
Right.
So, concrete, I guess. And then the Grand, it's at least different. Like it's not as exposed, I feel like. The Polynesian station was a little more, I don't know.
Right. Okay.
That's just my thought. Plus the Grand is way newer than the Polynesian.
Right.
So there's that.
Right. Well, that makes sense, but I mean, I guess they just want to make sure that it, that
it's safe.
That it's safe. That
we like that.
And
we like
and everything. Good deal. Contemporary rooms have been refurbished,
yes,
much to
not finished. Not all finished though.
Not all finished.
Well, we saw them.
It's been a little divisive so far. Some people love it, some people don't. Now they have an Incredibles theme, and for me, the look of the rooms fits the retro vibe of the contemporary. The Contemporary was built in the early 80s, maybe late 70s, early 80s. Or was
no,
that was one of the original
that
ones.
was an original.
Sorry, yeah, that was 71. Then you're right, early 70s, and it does have a very just. I don't know. When you watch The Incredibles, it does have that retro vibe.
It has
as in,
the
like,
retro vibe.
That could be happening. It's almost like it was made 1960 of what they thought 1995 would look. If that makes any sense.
Yes.
And that's what kind of what the contemporary hotel rooms kind of look like with the window. It's got that parallelogram shaped window. Is it a parallelogram? Trapezoid? What is that? Small side, longer bottom side, slanted at the end. I don't know. I think that is I don't know what it's called. You should know.
Listen,
this. You're smarter than I am.
why? Well, listen, geometry was like sophomore year. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, let us know, folks. So that's reopening. People love it. Some people like it. I like it. I think it looks cool. I think it looks cute. There are people that don't like it at all. They're like, that's not what the look should be, and the look should be this, that, and the other. And
I mean,
more power to you. That's your opinion. Whatever. But
I'm a little ambivalent. Like, I looked at it and I'm like, that wouldn't be my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I don't love some of the aesthetics in it. I love the bathroom overhaul. Right. Oh, the bathroom overhaul. Amazing. I think it needed an overhaul, so I'm good with an overhaul. I just feel like the furniture looks a little IKEA. And
makes sense. Okay. All right.
Just saying. That's where I'm at with it. I'm sure it's not. And no shade on IKEA. I've got IKEA. I'm just saying, like the Contemporary, I don't think IKEA. So.
Well, the IKEA would make sense because I'm sure they purchased every piece of furniture in about a 6-inch box about this big.
Probably.
Per room. They just put one little matchbox in there and all the furniture comes out of there and they're all got really goofy names. And so that's happening. D23 happening in November. Now this is D23, yes. D23 Destination D, actually, more specifically.
Yes.
Because this D23 is the big event that happens every other year. It happens at Anaheim. Walt Disney World wasn't getting anything. And all of a sudden, they were like, well, hey, we'll do D23. And so they've done that last couple of years in the off years. It's Destination D23. Yep. It's a fantastic Disney celebration running November 19th through the 21st at the Contemporary, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. They haven't released a lineup for anything, but events have included announcements for future projects, exhibits, panel presentations, and such. Tickets go on sale next month. I will be down there. I will be there. I'll be arriving on the Saturday this thing is going on. I do not anticipate me being able to go to this thing because I do not anticipate my wife allowing me to go to this thing. But, if I can sneak away for a few minutes, I would love to, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I can talk them into, hey, I have to go. I have to go spend $75 on a 4-hour event that I can, I'll see a video screen of like Scarlett Johansson talking or something. I don't know. But it's now. Have you ever been to these cons? Have you been to these kind of conferences, these kind of big panel things?
You know what? I've never been. I've virtually attended, like on sometimes, like I watch live streams or whatever. But no, I've never been there in person. Always been on the list of something I want to do. But yeah, just they're interesting. I bet they are.
I've not been to Comic-Con or anything like that. I've been to 2 Star Wars celebrations, and that's the big worldwide Star Wars celebration they have every couple of years. Okay. And next year, I think they're having it in Los Angeles next August, I believe. So I get some friends that are like, when Disneyland opens up for booking, let me know. We're there. Whoop, whoop. And so, no, May. They pulled it back. They pulled it back to May of next year.
Okay.
Now, I went to one that was in Orlando, and I've been to one in Indianapolis. And really, it is a series of, well, first of all, it's exhibition hall is fascinating because there's hundreds of people selling everything from crafts to vintage to antiques and I imagine Disney, you'll probably have some tables. You're going to have like antique Disney stuff. And, you'll have everything from theme park connections to the Lost Bros to other places coming out and selling and doing things, whatever. You might see everything from a vintage, Walt Disney World stapler, or Walt Disney stapler. He owned this stapler and it's on sale now. It's an auction right now and the bidding starts at $7,000 or something. I don't know. You'll have that. And then you've got panels where you can sign up for different panels. A lot of them are happening all at the same time, so you can't go to everything. But you sign up for the panels and stuff, whichever ones you want to go to, and you go to those panels. You get in line. At Star Wars Celebration, there's always one or two big panels, the one that everybody wants to go to, and we went to one of those. And we ended up lining up outside at 5 a.m. to get in at 6 a.m. to get into another line that allowed us into a line to get into the panel itself. So we went through 3 lines to get in the panel. It was a panel where they had Harrison Ford coming out. They had Mark Hamill coming out. They had, George Lucas was out there. So we were kind of in the back. So a little tiny, whatever. John Williams made a surprise appearance doing an orchestra.
Yes.
Like grown men in the audience crying. I mean, just crying because he's doing stuff like right there. And it's like,
he's a stinking legend.
Yeah, and it was unreal watching that, just how incredible that was. It's just out of nowhere. He was like, it's like, and now here's John Williams. what? And so, you walk out of there, you're like, oh my gosh, I could go home right now. And
Yeah.
so for Disney, you're probably going to have a lot of the same things. You'll
Mhm.
have Disney animation, you'll have Disney
Right.
Pixar panels, you'll have park panels, and that's going to be the big one that everybody wants to know wants to know about. And it's like you've seen on virtual stuff, D23,
Mhm.
Bob Iger, Bob Chapek will come out for the park panel. We're doing this, that, and the other. You have different
Yeah.
performances, podcasts will be there and such. So, it would be worth taking the podcast down there if we had a bigger heads up. I don't know how much tickets will be or how much vendor tickets will be. I imagine you're probably looking at several $100s for a vendor
Probably.
ticket to get down there and set up a table. But anyway, so you can write that check. You got plenty.
Oh yeah,
You're good.
sure. Why not? That sounds like completely
Marcy,
reasonable.
help us out here. Send us to Disney World. You've only got to pay for one of us, for Jen, because I'll already be there. Final bit of news here. We want to talk about stupid people in the world. And we hate calling people stupid, but sometimes people are just stupid. First of all, there's a TikTok trend going around where if you wear a scantily clad shirt and you get into the park, or maybe you're in the park and you put this shirt on.
Or maybe you take off the shirt that's over top of the
Exactly.
scantily clad shirt.
They will give you a Disney t-shirt. They will. Well, supposedly they will.
Supposedly.
I haven't tested this out. I haven't tried anything.
But you didn't decide to wear a scanty t-shirt?
I haven't worn a scanty t-shirt with a side boob or anything like that going on. And so I've seen it happen a couple times on TikTok, and people are bragging about how, yeah, wear this shirt, low cut top, blah, 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 things hanging out, and they'll give you a free t-shirt, which really annoys the crap out of me.
That annoys me.
Because
That annoys me.
From what I understand, it's like cast members just going and finding a shirt off the rack saying, here's a t-shirt, please put this on. They should have a box of t-shirts from like 2007.
Yeah.
Like Horizons or something like that. Or
no, but Horizons is cool. That's collectible.
Oh, that's right, Horizons.
That's
cool.
collectible.
Like, they should have a box of Stitch's Great Escape grand opening t-shirts.
Or
like
Alien
that.
Encounter. But
Alien
not even grand
Encounter.
opening, because that's again vintage.
Exactly. Or have a box with Home on the Range characters on it,
Oh, okay.
Those
No,
shirts.
there we go. There we go.
Or, or I don't know, Duffy. Who wants to wear Duffy? Nobody wants to wear Duffy. Stuff like that.
Grown man wearing. Well, I mean,
that nobody wants.
Maybe.
I would say All Star Sports, but I would want that shirt.
But you would want that.
Exactly. So, or La Quinta, a proud good Disney good neighbor hotel. Something like that. Get the old shirts. Get the shirts that nobody wants and put those on. Don't give them a good, nice shirt. Those things are $28.
Okay, but listen. And I don't want it to get abused to the point where Disney doesn't feel like they can do it anymore. Because let me tell you a story.
Exactly. Yes, please.
Let me tell you a story. So back in, this was probably 2009, maybe 2010. We went down with friends to Disney World. And we were getting in line for Soarin'. It was about half hour before park close. And we were like, okay, this is going to be fine. And our friend Jared went to the restroom, and his wife Deb and I and Brady were up further in the Soarin' line, and we still had a little bit of time. And he's texting, he's like, I can't find you guys. I feel bad. People are like kind of looking at me weird. And Brady's like, I'll just go back and get him. It's fine. We know how to get back. Like, listen, we were in the bathroom. We're going up to meet our party. It's fine. But they were kind of newbies at it. So
right.
He went back to get him. We had just come from a nice dinner at 1900 Park Fair. So we're kind of dressed up a little bit. We were just popped over to the park for a little. And as he reaches Jared, this kid turns around and projectile vomits all over
nice
his lovely light blue polo. And Jared does a great impersonation of Brady's face. All I know is we get a panic text message. So we all get out of the line like, oh my gosh, he was just so shocked. I mean, shirt's in the trash. So he's like, go get me something, like whatever. I'm trying to clean up. So I go to this was when, that little booth outside of the Soarin' thing kiosk that used to have Soarin' merch.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Now there's some stuff there, but it's not Soarin' merch.
Is it the place you signed up for the
for the behind the scenes tour. Yeah.
Yep.
But there used to be merch there.
Right.
So I was like, give me like something. And I'm trying to tell them what happened. Well, in that case, they did give him a free Soarin' shirt.
Nice.
Which was lovely because he had no shirt because the kid projectile vomited on his shirt. And then we got to go to the to the front of the line.
Right.
I mean, backstage to get on the ride. So
still,
he took one for the team.
Yeah, well, you're right. I want Disney to be able to do these things. It's like, and this is in no way saying this is the same level, but it's like when people abuse the disability pass. It's really angering to families, ourselves included, that really use the pass. Now, I like what Disney's done now. I'm a big fan of the way the system works right now.
It
but
helps.
The people that would hire disabled people to come to the parks and help them get. That's just
wrong.
you know,
it's just wrong.
it's insane. And also insane is getting out of a boat anywhere on Disney property.
not.
Anywhere.
No.
On Disney property. There are stories of the guy who lost his finger in Pirates of the Caribbean because he stuck his hand in the water. And
that's why they say keep your hands
exactly. So this chick, for whatever reason, doesn't just put her hand or leg outside the boat. She gets out of the boat and living in the land.
Literally gets out of the boat.
See the video. Living in the land, gets out of the boat, walks over and grabs a cucumber. Tries to get back in the boat, misses, falls into the water halfway, crawls back into the boat. It's.
I mean, so dangerous. Number one, so dangerous.
Yeah, because you could get if your leg goes under there in a certain part of that track, your foot will get
You're done. Your foot is going to be gone.
It's tracked. It's gone. You could get towed under. You could get drowned before they get to you.
And that's not Disney's fault because they tell you to stay inside the boat.
It's not. Secondly, if you've ever noticed, a lot of times they'll wear little foot booties. The cast members there are walking around the sand because it is such a delicate area there.
So delicate.
You know, that's why they're like, please don't touch the sand. Please don't put your microbes in our sand. Whatever, because they don't want anything to be affected. It's a big deal. And so here she is with her big cloppy feet, just hopping around, grabbing a cucumber, sitting down. I haven't heard word what happened, whether she's been banned from work or not.
I've not heard about any consequences, but
third. It's not even a fake cucumber. It's a real cucumber.
Like now, it's going to rot.
It would be one smidgen of hope if you grabbed something that you could take home with you, a sign or something like that you could keep a hold of, maybe stuff somewhere where nobody could see it.
Dry a flower, I suppose.
And you'll never go back to Disney World again, but at least on the mantle, you're like, see that fake, that fake banana? I got that from Living in the Land. Let me tell you that story. It's a cucumber that will rot. That is going to be the costliest salad you're ever going to have, ever.
And really, like a cucumber, like that's not even the snack I want to eat.
Now, what I want to know though is obviously there's just some sort of dare, some sort of bet, some sort of payoff.
Maybe
this is not just her sitting in the boat going, "I think I'm going to take that cucumber." I think there was something. There had to
be something.
Truth or dare kind of thing, or I bet you, or I'll give you $100 if you. You know how you're stupid people.
Yeah,
being stupid
that would
friends.
make sense.
Man, I'll give you $100 if you do that. I
mean, everybody makes stupid bets with their friends, but
yeah,
come on,
exactly. Just. Don't do it. Please stay in the boat.
Don't do it.
Please stay in the boat.
Don't get out of the boat.
Getting in the water there is not a way to beat the heat, folks. It's not.
That is not.
It's not.
Correct.
But we can tell you some other ways to beat the heat.
Yes, we sure can. Oh, look at that segue.
Well, look, you know what? I've been doing this a long time. I've been podcasting hundreds of episodes here and there. So that's what, folks. That's what you call a segue. Do not try that at home. Don't try the Segway unless you're at Fort Wilderness. Then take the Segway tour, which is awesome. But otherwise,
or in Epcot, they have a Segway. Well, they used to.
They used to. That's the one I've done. That's so great. It was so much. Did you do this Segway tour?
No, I did the Undiscovered Epcot. I didn't do the Segway.
The Segway tours are so great. Well, they have a little governor on there that only lets you go up to a certain 20 miles an hour.
That's sad.
10 miles an hour max or whatever. But and actually, they told us a way to kind of turn it off, and she let us turn it off for a few minutes. And boy, you can zip on those things. I mean, you could just zoom. And they were like, yeah, that's why we don't let people go crazy on those things. Because you got to go through World Showcase. You had 2 hours and everything. It was awesome. I mean, it was a tour. It wasn't like you just go.
Right. You're more just like, woo!
Exactly. But you can take pictures and stuff. Anyway, it's fun. So we're going to talk about heat because right now it is hot. It is mega crazy hot.
Whoa.
It's really hot. So we want to talk about ways that you can beat the heat at Walt Disney World. You get down there, like we talked about our beloved Sarah Kramer. She walks off and she's like, sometimes just taking the shirt off is not an option. Maybe she has a t-shirt under it. Maybe she has to go change. But maybe sometimes it's not an option. Number one, don't wear a Spirit jersey in July to Disney World. Just don't. It's a bad idea.
You're going to be hot.
So, no, but we come up with a couple of ways here. We'll just kind of throw them back and forth. Number one, it's the obvious answer. Hydrate. Drink. Now, it's tempting to say drink Coca-Cola, drink your Gatorade, and that's fine. Have a Coke, have some Gatorade, have a Powerade. Nothing's going to do better than water. Water is the best thing for you if at all possible. You have a beer, have a mixed drink if you want. It's fine. You're having lunch, having dinner, whatever. If you want to drink, you're wherever you are and you want to grab a cocktail or something, that's fine. Number one, don't make that in your entire day. Don't drink beer all day to stay hydrated. Number two, that's a bad idea anyway, because by the end of the day, things are going to be bad for you. Especially in the park, you might be drunk enough to get out of the boat and grab a cucumber. You don't want that. And so make sure you hydrate. Make sure you drink plenty of water.
Yes.
Now, Jen, are they giving out free water again? Is that back?
That is back.
Okay, good.
Sometimes the lines are a little long though, so just keep that in mind. It doesn't move quite as swiftly, and not necessarily every place is going to have the free water, like the free ice water.
Well, and it's you stand in line and you get up to there, and when they ask you what can we get for you, just simply say I'd like a glass of water, and they will give you ice water in a small cup. And you're right, it has to be somewhere where they have access to water, because a lot of places don't have fountains.
I mean, if it's like a little churro stand,
yeah.
they don't have that.
Yeah.
So
anyway, that's number one. Make sure you hydrate.
Yeah,
Drink plenty of water. The water there is not great. If you drink it out of the fountain, it's not great at all. So,
but I mean, it's better than dying of thirst. So there's that.
It is. It is. Jen, what's give me one on your list.
So one on my list, and I'm gonna kind of go the homage to our dear friends, especially to Rory. The spitting camel outside of Aladdin's magic carpet is a fun way. Now, I don't think it's been turned back on yet. I have
don't
hope.
Drink it. Don't open your mouth.
Don't drink it.
Don't do that. No.
No, but we're not talking about necessarily drinking.
Jen, are you saying that Rory did that? Because Rory should have.
I don't think she would. She's smarter than that. That's
gross.
No, but you could go stand in front of the spitting camel and let the camel spit on you, and you could beat the heat a little bit that way.
That is true.
It's fun. And it's near the tikis over there, in Adventureland.
With the misting water.
With the misting water.
Well, and you can always find attractions that do water stuff, like Splash Mountain, Kali River Rapids and Animal Kingdom. The spitting camel, the spitting stitch when it's back, if it's back over in World of Disney. If it
gets back in World of Disney,
the misting places, the tiki torches that are the tiki statues, the misting.
Of course, we talked about the cool
scanner and everything.
Cool scanner.
So those are always ways to kind of cool off a little bit, kind of.
Absolutely.
One of the things I love to tell clients to do is, especially in the middle of the day when it's really hot, you're tired, the kids are tired, they're cranky, the husband's cranky, the wife's cranky because it's just 97 degrees and you're sweating and you're like, oh my gosh, we've written a bunch of stuff, but the lines are long, and what do we do? If you're in Magic Kingdom, go to the monorail. Get on the monorail.
Yes.
Spend an hour on the monorail. Take a tour on the monorail. Let the kids see the sights. You guys kind of relax and everything in the cool air-conditioned monorail. You don't have to stop. You don't have to get out. You can just take a tour, stop whenever you want to, or stop at the Polynesian. See the new Polynesian when it reopens.
Yes.
Stop at the Contemporary. Stop at the Grand Floridian.
Maybe not start at the Polynesian until the station reopens.
That's true. Yeah, don't stop at that would be kind of hard.
That might be a little difficult, but
all right, kids, when I open this door, I need you to jump. Go.
That might be stupider than a cucumber.
Get off on one of the resorts, Contemporary or a Grand Floridian. Walk around a little bit, relax in the lobbies, kind of relax in the air conditioning.
Yes.
Do a little shopping. Walk around the shops. You don't have to buy anything if you don't want to. Get a Dole Whip at the Polynesian if you get to stop at the Polynesian, or take a ferry over to the Polynesian.
Oh, you can do the ferry.
You can do that.
Yes.
If you're at Hollywood Studios or Epcot, I always tell clients, take the boat. Get the boat out there. Take the Skyway.
Beautiful. That's
go
nice
to the
ride.
because those boats actually stop at, or the Skyway, from the Skyway too. You can get to the Yacht and Beach Club, Swan and Dolphin, and Boardwalk. Walk around a little bit, get some ice cream there at the Boardwalk, at the bakery and stuff, or walk in the lobbies. Just enjoy yourselves, relax. It's not nearly as busy as the Magic Kingdom is, or as Epcot Hollywood is, and so you have a chance to kind of mellow out a little bit, kind of get desensitized a little bit. Especially for my kid, it's good for him to kind of take a few minutes and just kind of chill out and let some of that kind of settle. So it's really good. Animal Kingdom, a little bit harder to do because there's really nowhere to go like that. I mean, obviously you could take a bus over at Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah, that's not really the park to do this.
No, it's not really. Honestly, for me, the other ones are part of the journey is taking the monorail or the Skyway or the boats to get to wherever you're going and coming back. Otherwise, you'd just be taking a bus over to Animal Kingdom Lodge. Where would you think would be a good place to kind of relax in Animal Kingdom Lodge? Maybe kind of in the shade or
in Animal Kingdom Lodge itself?
No, I'm sorry, Animal Kingdom.
Oh, you mean in the actual park?
Yeah, the actual park. Yeah.
So over in Africa, there's a little sit down area. I think it's near the Dawa Bar, and I'm picturing it in my head. It looks like a little marketplace area, and there's some shade in there with some benches, and then there's another place like right across the way where they have, they do have like a place where you can get ice water there. That's what I got there, but they also serve like mixed drinks or whatever if it's not too hot for you to have that, I suppose. And then they have like tables and there are fans. It's open air, but it is enough to kind of cool you off in the brutal heat.
Yes. And as you're walking into Animal Kingdom, there's a kind of forks. You can go left side or right side. But as it comes together, if you look behind you, there's like a little cave in the tree.
That's nice.
Bench right there. It's completely shaded, completely covered. It's like a little doorway. You go in there, and it's open enough you can see everything, but it's completely in the cool. And there are pockets of shade around.
Little pocket, Dino Land, the Discovery Island trails.
Over on the other side of Finding Nemo, there's an area there. It used to be a smoking section, and now it's cleared off. And now it's just a a shaded area.
Just a shaded area.
There's a plug over there. It was over there. I don't know if it still is.
I don't know.
Plug over there to plug your phone into if you need to. Relax, sit. There are places at each park to kind of sit.
There
and
are
everything.
places.
And in terms of like sitting in the parks themselves, Magic Kingdom, that alleyway as you're walking down Main Street on the right side, if you're walking towards the castle, on the right side between kind of the two main building areas there, there's like a little alleyway there, and I know there's a street name for it. Tables back there. It's kind of in the shade a little bit. Great place to kind of sit, nice place. Kind of relax. Hollywood Studios has pockets of shaded in front of Brown Derby. There's those benches.
Oh, that's a great that's a great little place.
The trees and stuff like that right over there, kind of covering.
Yep. Over near Dinosaur Gertie.
Hollywood's pretty open. Epcot's pretty open too, so it's kind of harder to find shade, but you can.
But there are places
under the walkways there as you're walking from one side to the other. There are places to find shade and find benches to take your water or your Powerade or your beer or whatever and go sit and have and chill and everything. What else have you got?
You know what? I'm going to give you one, just kind of another one in the Magic Kingdom that people don't really always think about, and that's Tom Sawyer Island.
Oh,
now,
good one.
Hot to go over, right? But then once you're over there, and I find it's out of the crowds for the most part. There is a lovely little area. Now, there used to be a restaurant out there. Not there anymore. Aunt Polly's, maybe, I think it was called.
That's been a long time since
it's been a long time since that was open. However, there are rocking chairs and fans going on this lovely little shaded area. You can kind of see over into the main part of like Frontierland and whatnot. See a little bit of Big Thunder. And it is lovely. Great place to beat the heat in the shade. And because there at least used to be some fans going there as well. I love that. And then there's like caves and like over in Fort Langhorne, I think it's called. Yeah, there's some shade over there too.
Yeah. So there's also there's a patio out there too, a covered patio with some benches and some rocking chairs and things like that.
Yeah, the rocking chairs is where I love to go.
Great place to watch the cavalcades as they come through.
Oh yeah.
Just to kind of sit and everything. See a show. It's a great time to if you could put off to the afternoon, if you can, to see Festival of the Lion King, to see Finding Nemo when it reopens, see the Frozen show, see with some of the shows and stuff in the afternoons. Go to those attractions that are indoors, that are primarily indoors. The Muppet Show, the Muppet Vision 3D.
Yes.
Go to those things in the afternoon. Schedule those in your plans. Carousel Progress. Do those things in the middle of the afternoon when it's so hot. You can get away for 10 20 minutes to a show. Same thing with doing a lunch. If you can work it out to wherever you have your breakfast, you snack and everything, and have a later lunch. Have a lunch at 2. Yeah. Have a dinner at 4 or something like that. When it's the crucial time from like 1 to 3 when it's so stinking hot, 4 o'clock or whatever. Do your dining and lunches there. Do a late lunch. Do something like that there. So that way you're indoors. You're inside Pecos Bills. You're inside Be Our Guest. You're inside wherever. So that way you can kind of avoid the heat. I mean, obviously it gets hot in the mornings too. But definitely see some shows and some dining in the afternoons.
Absolutely. And I'd also say in the middle of the afternoon, that's why I put the Grand Floridian up, my other home.
Bougie.
Happy
birthday, Grand Floridian, by the way. 33.
Right. Yeah. Looks so good for
you were 2 when it opened. Congratulations.
I know, right? We'll go with that. But the pools, it's great in the middle of the afternoon, especially if you're somewhere like the Grand or along the Skyway where it's easy to get back and forth to your hotel. Go take a dip in the pool in the afternoon, little nap, cool off, and then go back in the evening. Now that park hours are extending again, it's easier to do this. When park hours were limited, it was harder. But
I'm hearing a rumor that they're going to start extending park hours into the evenings, much like extra magic hours.
That's what I'm hearing.
It's a rumor.
We'll let you know if it's true.
Yes, we will definitely let you know it's true. Trust me. Follow us on all our pages, and we'll see. You'll see all of that. So I had pool day written down as well because people ask me about the pools, especially in the wintertime, and I tell them the pools are heated, I believe, all year round to about 82 degrees.
Yep.
In the wintertime, it's more difficult because you have to get out of the pool to your room. So that's when it gets hard. But in the
kids don't care.
Kids don't care. Exactly. In the summertime, though, the pools are great.
Now,
you're not much of a pool girl, as far as I can tell. I'm not much of a pool guy either. I think because our family is when we're at Disney World, we're a park people, park group. We go to the parks, we go to the resort to sleep, shower. It's comfortable. We go back to the parks, kind of thing. This coming trip, although when we go on Thanksgiving, if it's warm enough, we may go to the pool. We may spend a pool day. And I think that's important, especially for longer visits. And I tell people, if you're going for 4 or 5 or 6 days, especially if you're not a family who's been very often or goes very often, and you just don't. Our family, same thing with your family. You know how to structure your days where on day 4, you're not wiped out. I mean, yes, you're tired, but you're still going on day 4 because you know what can be done now, what can be put off for later. A lot of families don't know that. And I encourage families to consider putting off or putting a pool day kind of in a relaxation day.
Right.
Sleep in.
It's smart.
let's say you're going Sunday through Sunday, whatever. Take that Wednesday, sleep in.
Yeah.
Hit the pool in the mornings, early afternoons. Have lunch there at the resort. Maybe go to Disney Springs for a couple of hours or whatever. If you're worried about park time, you can still go to the park that afternoon, that evening.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know?
And then crowds a lot of times are a little bit lighter than anyway, because people have like rope dropped and done that thing.
Exactly. So. And once you have once you buy a 5-day ticket, it doesn't cost very much that on 6th day.
Not at all.
Or a 4-day to a 5 day is not that much more either. So you don't feel like, oh my gosh, if we don't go to the park, open to close, I'm wasting my money, blah 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 blah. Exactly. So yeah, take that. Don't be afraid to schedule in some time to rest, because your kids need that. You need that, because you're gonna die. And I've had so many clients tell me that they are so thankful I suggested and kind of highly encouraged them to plan that. And I've got a family doing that. The one I actually did dining for this past week, they're doing that very thing. And on their day, they're doing Chef Mickey, like a late 11:30 breakfast. Oh, and they're doing something for dinner. I think at Disney Springs, Chef Arch or something like that. They'll be Disney Springs.
That'll be fabulous.
And they're just gonna kind of and then they have the Boo Bash. They're doing Boo Bash that night. So you can definitely do that. Do the after hours parties. They're doing stuff all day long outside of the parks. They're gonna have pools and stuff like that, doing dinners or whatever, and then going to the Boo Bash. So they have park time during that day as well. So any more on your list there?
One more that I wanted to say. Use those little scarf thingies. Those actually work.
Misting towels.
Whatever.
Cooling towels, I guess.
Cooling towels. There we go. I just wanted to throw that one out there, because if you see people, I'm like, what are they doing wearing these? Then I figured out, it's a cooling towel, and they actually work. So
yeah. Stephanie has one of those. She really likes hers, and her mother-in-law bought one as well and really enjoyed it. Yeah. And so yeah. And finally, going back to the opening of the whole segment, the hydrating water. You can buy water bottles that have little filters on the top that will filter your water for you. So don't be afraid to do that. Take those, put some waters in your freezer part of your mini fridge. If you have a freezer part, some fridges don't, some fridges do. Take those. You can bring the water in. There are places you can get, especially if you drive, stop at Publix, or
get a grocery delivery.
Yeah, go grocery delivery, or if you drive, stop at Publix or Walmart or Target, gets a case of water or two, take back to the room, have waters with you all day. We just drink water all day. That's kind of been our thing.
You know what? We forgot a really big one.
What's that?
Water parks.
Water parks. Yes, Blizzard Beach. They're gonna have to open Typhoon Lagoon soon.
Yeah, because I think Blizzard Beach is gonna start getting
that might have been a product of the college program not being staffed.
Yeah, I think so.
Kind of thing. So yeah, water parks is huge.
Yeah, but water parks is a great way to beat the heat. If you're water park people, again, I'm not a water slide person. I'm not a water person.
Yes, and let me just say this. Chapik, please close your ears. Josh, please close your ears. Heather, Quasi producer, please close your ears. Volcano Bay is amazing at Universal. Whether you like the Universal parks or not, the Volcano Bay water park is incredible.
Really,
it is worth a day. If you're like, you know what, we don't want to spend $200 per ticket to get a per person park to park ticket to go stand in lines. No, just go to Volcano Bay. I'm not saying don't go to Blizzard Beach. Blizzard Beach is great too. I've been there. I've done the Summit Plummet. I love it.
And I like Typhoon Lagoon better than Blizzard Beach.
Typhoon Lagoon is pretty great too. Great. When it's open, Volcano Bay is fantastic. Okay, guys, you can open your ears again. Yeah, don't go over there. Go to Blizzard Beach. But yeah, you're right. Take a water park day. Take a water park day. Put that in your schedule, especially with a longer trip. Yeah. Add on that water park and more option.
Yes.
Because a lot of times
with or without park hopper.
With or without park hopper. A lot of times it's cheaper. It's an option on your ticket that let's just say you have 4-day tickets. It allows you 4 admittances into a water park or Wide World of Sports or like 3 or 4 other things that you will never do. It's all about the water parks. It's really all about the water parks because you're not going to the NBA experience. Nobody cares.
Well, that closed. So no, you're definitely not going to the NBA.
Well, now, is it closed for good? Or they just
I thought it was closed for good, but maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, because it was only open for like 6 months. I mean,
I might be wrong. I mean, it's been a minute. I know it hasn't reopened, and I thought I saw that it was closing.
Can I just say that was a failed experiment? Like when they announced that, I was
like, not that it wasn't well done. I went. It was extremely well done, and for people who are into basketball, like there were some really cool things, and I did enjoy it. I'm just not a basketball girl, but I was like, okay, yeah, if I have like sports-oriented clients who really like this, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not closed permanently, but I know it's not open right now.
Yeah, it's and nobody cares. I mean, they don't.
I miss Disney Quest.
It is Disney Quest. Open Disney Quest back up and redo it and make it retro. Make it that whole, like we said before, what in 1960 they thought 1995 would be.
Yeah, do that.
You know what?
Totally.
You put Pong in there, and you're gonna have kids. You're gonna have 15-year-old kids loving it because like, oh my gosh, this is what
get like an Atari. Like
exactly. Like have a Nintendo in there.
Yeah.
And give the kid the game themselves and make them insert it and turn the thing on. and
do
just
that.
watch them be
But,
like, well, they're not going to know that. They're not going to know to blow in the thing. They're going to be like, what do I
well,
do?
no,
with
you
this?
have to
I
have
don't-
someone teach them.
There's
to,
a
like,
video on
blow in the
YouTube
cartridge.
where they took a bunch of 15-year-olds and they gave them an old Nintendo system, and they had to not only put the game in and turn it on, but play like Mario Brothers. And it took them a minute to figure out how to turn it on. Okay, so you lift this flap and you stick it in here. It just pushed. Okay, so all right, what do we do here? I mean, it was hilarious because it's the old NES system.
Duck Hunt.
You know what? Pull that back in there, and I would totally play.
You
I
would get
totally play
adults
that.
all day long.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I miss Disney Quest. I never went to Disney Quest, but I miss it anyway.
I did. No, I
So-
did go to Disney Quest. It was cool.
But adding on, I guess closing this up, Disney Springs as well. There are a lot of places to go to
Yes.
Disney Springs that you can just go shopping at Disney Springs. Yes, it's hot outside. Hit the stores, walk around the stores, go one by
Absolutely.
one by one. World of Disney, just get out of the heat, get ice
Mhm.
cream, get some water.
Yep.
Go on the aerofoil, the hot air balloon, because
Yep.
maybe it's not as hot when you're 400 feet up in the air. I don't know, but yeah,
It's
just
hot.
so there are some ways to beat the heat at Disney World. If you guys have any more ways to beat the heat, let us know. Email us at TheMSEPodcast. That is the phrase that pays in love and magic. TheMSEPodcast at gmail.com is our email. Let us know maybe some ways that you think we can beat the heat that we didn't mention. Also, some things you just want to tell us about the show. Let us know who you are, what's going on. Also, find us on Instagram and on Facebook at The MSE Podcast. Find us on Twitter at The MSE Podcast as well. And of course, Jen, where can we find you to follow your adventures this week? Because I'm sure you will post once or twice.
Maybe a few times. Yeah, you can find me at Upon a Star Jen. Also, my personal Instagram at Jen_Novotny. Follow us everywhere. I'm sure we'll do some stuff on the main travel page at Upon a
Of
Star
course.
Travel as well.
Of course.
And yeah, woo, fireworks.
Perfect. I'm so excited for you. You're gonna have so
I'm
much fun.
excited. Yeah, I'm
It's gonna
excited.
be so great. I can't wait for our media passes to come in for the 50th though. That's gonna be awesome.
Well, I called the Bobs. I'm not sure if they're just stuck in the mail or what.
Well,
so
here's the
I'm
thing.
just
I don't think
waiting.
Iger's returning phone calls now because he's on his way out.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. And
But I feel
Chapek's-
like that's rude.
yeah.
It's
I
just,
mean, Chapek texted me the other day, but when I texted him back about the 50th, he ghosted me. So it's I don't know.
he
Maybe
left
he's
you on red.
He
That's
did.
not even.
He
That's not
did.
even fair.
Exactly. Well, the little dots on their phone have been there forever, and it's just there. I'm just waiting.
Chapek.
I don't know. Find me on Facebook at Disney on $1 and Magic on $1. Find me on Instagram at The Magic on $1. I'd
Mhm.
love to talk to you, and you can follow us on all of our fun stuff as well. And of course, like you said, Upon a Star Travel on Instagram and on Facebook and all the good places. Jen, once again, it's been a blast talking to you. Have fun at Disney World. We're going to hear all
Thank
about
you.
it next week when you come back for next week's show.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. And also, we want to mention this real quick.
Yes.
The Mama Mouse Club. Our quasi producer, Heather, who has become a big part of our show behind the scenes. She is
We adore
wonderful.
her.
She has kind of taken on the marketing of our show all to her own. I think she takes it as an affront that you and I don't look at statistics and we don't look at like all the trends and like look at Facebook and okay, the show was trending at 2 a.m. on Monday, but fell to only a 7% trend on Tuesday. I think she's kind of bothered by that. So we want to give her a shout out though. She does a show on YouTube called Mama Mouse Club with some friends of hers, including
Yes.
Irene, my favorite
Mhm.
Irene, former agent with Pawn Star Travel, and now she's just a Disney World traveler. She's at Disney World right now as we speak,
Mhm.
which is great.
And a great mama.
Great mama as well, and some other friends that she
Mhm.
does. And I believe it's every other Thursday.
I think it's every other Thursday. Yeah. For the
So
Mama
what you need
Mouse
to do
Club.
is just follow her on Instagram at the Moana Mom. You can find her
Yes.
there. Follow her, and you'll see the announcements of when it is. You can also get the replays. Go on YouTube.
Absolutely.
And hunt up Mama
And her
Mouse Club.
channel is amazing.
Her channel is amazing. A lot of fun stuff. She does some great things on there. And
love
also,
Quack
she
Chat.
does. She has two beautiful daughters with Quack Chat. Now, tell us a little bit
Yes.
about Quack Chat.
Oh my gosh. Quack Chat are her two daughters. And as you heard, whenever she was on the show, they're her two adopted daughters. So we got Kylie and Callista.
Mhm.
And they basically sit down and they talk all things Disney, or this most recent week's episode was Universal because they were just at Universal for the opening of Velocicoaster. And she asked their questions. Kylie speaks. Kylie is very concise, and she actually does a great job answering the questions. And Callista does too. Callista's hilarious because she just kind of rambles and kind of throws in whatever she wants, and it's just so cute. But you get their like a kid's eye perspective of the
Yep.
parks and what
Yep.
they do, as well as get some great information, because they do talk about a little the current events and what's
Right.
happening. So
We
you
need
will
to have
really
them on the
enjoy
show.
it.
They would
The
have a lot of
kids,
fun on
oh
the show.
my gosh,
Yeah.
they're so cute.
Yeah. The one with Quack Chat. That would be a great
one
episode.
with Quack Chat. All right, well, this is gonna happen.
We'll have to get that. We're not worried about Moana Mom anymore. Let's get the girls on here on the show.
Exactly.
So definitely find their show and subscribe to their channel. It's
super
a
cute.
really fun stuff. For Disney lovers out there, you're gonna love that channel and love everything they do. The Mama Mouse Club is
really
fun because it's mamas talking about Disney, and it's always fun.
And it's good information because it's solid people who know what they're talking about.
Yes.
Sometimes you can. There's some notorious groups out there that maybe there can be some misleading things from time to time.
Not us though, by the way. We will always let me say this: we will always give you the news that we know to be true. If it's a rumor, we will tell it's a rumor.
Correct.
We will not tell you anything that this is going to happen unless we know it's going to happen.
Right?
Because we don't want to be one of those people that are
no, we're not going to start rumors either.
We're not
we're hearing this.
We're not writing things on noodles of spaghetti and throwing it on the wall, whichever one sticks. We're like, yeah, we got one to stick. That's. There are some places that do that. They throw a bunch of rumors out there, and hopefully one of them's right, so they can rest on that for the next several months, knowing 15 of them are wrong. Because let me just tell you, free dining is not coming back. Not right now. Not for a while.
There's not even a dining plan, so people are like, "You're gonna get free dining this fall." Yeah, you're not. You're not.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So, also, can I just say that it's been? I guess next week we'll talk about this more, but it's been almost a year since Disney World's been open. It opened the 11th.
It was July. No, it was July 13th and 14th was the official. The 11th and 12th were the 2 preview days.
Yeah. So wow, we'll definitely talk about that more there.
Yeah, we'll have to do that in the next episode.
Maybe a retrospective or something like that, because that's kind of a big deal. So
that's a good idea.
Anyway, so that is our show, folks, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Say hello to Jenn on Facebook and all the places and everything with her trip. You have a great week, and I'm sure that we will hear more about the show.
Oh, you will.
More about everything next week on next week's show.
Absolutely.
For Jenn, I'm Dave, and hey, don't forget to thank your Phoenicians.
Thank you for listening to the Main Street Electrical Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at TheMSEPodcast, or visit our website at TheMSEPodcast.com. Be sure to subscribe, and may all your wishes come true.